Wondering what I'm up to, aren't you? It's Saturday morning. Just me and the cat. There he is. Sleeping away. Well, I watch a fellow on YouTube and he calls these waffles. Don't know why. But I thought everybody would like an update. Well, I have bad news, good news, and a preview. So, as most of you know, times have been financially a burden, to say the least. Work debt not paid. Wife's been trying to cover 2 incomes worth of stuff. I've had to put certain aspects of my future on hold, as the fact that the money's not there. We spend a little bit here and there. Chuck got a preview. A hint is my avatar on TCDB. So 2 weeks ago we attempted to go through the bank again. Shondell is gotten to the point where her income is pretty well close to what both of our incomes used to be. And I mean, even after my tax return last year, I still had a bit of income. So between the two of us, we had a fairly well gross income, to the point where we thought, I think this time they'll listen to us. So we started a conversation, had an appointment at the bank, and the lady there didn't sound positive, in my opinion. Shondell thought a little bit different, but anyways, she told us to give her a week and she'd be back to us. So that night, I, on a whim, just decided to throw out a little Twitter shout out after I read an article about the government, as in Mr. Trudeau, since he's handing out money so freely, that self-employed people like myself are falling through the cracks because we don't have the same safety net as others. And some of us are asking for debt forgiveness for certain things. For me, it would be my outstanding business debt. Somehow to get a loan or something through the government that's low interest, long term, something, so that I can try to fix my business, get it back running. As for y'all know, my surgery, I'm going to have to change it. Well, the big idea, COVID is pretty much either killed or it's not going to happen in the next 5 years. Let's put it that way. However, online sales is an option. And wood is in my blood. That's why I've been a carpenter. So I've had some ideas of opening up a wood shop. I have 90% of the tools. It would take a little bit of work on the garage to finish off the addition. That's never been done. But anyways, long story short, one of the top 3 executives of my bank phoned me and said that they had been notified by IT or whatever department that I had tagged them, Justin Trudeau, Scott Moe, and Aaron O'Toole, to this article that was on CBC. And she said her piece, and said that maybe if things were that bad, we should have been in earlier. And I reminded her that we were there a year ago and you declined us. But then Shondel's income was much smaller. And at that time, you told us, sell everything we own, use your mutuals, do what you got to do. Have a nice day. So she promised me, well, not really promised. I assumed it was a promise that she would do whatever it takes to take care of us. That she would go hand in hand with the lender to make a plan for me and Shondel to get into a position where we can recover. Oh, pretty confident, but wow. One little tweet and look at that, I'm getting some action. So after I talked to her, she said, give us 7 days, we'll come up with a plan. Well, 7 days came, had her appointment booked. She said, yeah, it's going to be me, Tracy, and another person will be involved. Had no idea who this other person was to be, but sounded quite interesting, like maybe they were going to really go out of their way to do something for a change to help one of their members. And backstory, I have banked there since the day I was born. I'm 49 years old. Hence, I wasn't depositing money when I was 6 months old, but my grandfather put $100 Canadian savings bond in my name through that bank. And that's how it started. Put it in there the day I was born. My dad switched from the CIBC sometime in the past. He banked there for over 50 years. Family-wise, we have over 200 years of banking at the Lloydminster/Synergy Credit Union. So I kind of felt, loyalty should get us somewhere. So, didn't happen. They understand our situation, feel for us, understand how much difficulty I must be going through because of my injury and the fact that, it takes work to get my arm up and down still. It's getting better. Never used to be able to do that all by myself. I used to have to use 2 hands. Anyways, she said, well, there's nothing we can do. As it stands right now, you guys are way over your limit. As a matter of fact, if you're new lenders, we would turn you away. But we don't want to do that. So they gave us a list of things that needed to be done. 1, return my truck to Nissan. 2, my wife, who's paid off half of her investment vehicle, must be sold. They would prefer for me to sell my 85 Ford Ranger that I've been saving for my son. Plus, they wanted us to return my wife's Jeep to Nissan. Said that we were $55,000 over our limit and we needed to solve the problem. So, during the discussions, I said, basically, so what you're telling me is it's either all of our vehicles, and they wanted us to do some other things, and then we just said, no, we can't. I can't sell my tractor. I live in the country. If I want to get to work after a snow blizzard, I need my tractor. There's reasons why I have a tractor. We sold our side-by-side, sold a trailer. I'm almost to the point where I may have to sell all my tools in my trailer. It's probably $25,000 worth of tools in there. Well, tools and trailer that I might get $8,000 to $10,000 for to the right person. Doubtful. So, anyways, she said, well, it all depends on what your sales agreement is, that you might not be held responsible for the balance owing on your truck. It depends if it's a loan or a commercial lending agreement, I think, or something like that. And she said if it's the second one, you can return the vehicle and the loss is on their side. They have to take the loss. I take the hit on my credit rating. Well, after we've been having discussions, I ain't buying furniture, a TV, nothing. I'm never going to get a Walmart card. Last 2 years has ruined my freaking credit rating. And so she said, bring in your bills of sales. So this third up, or the head super lender of the credit union, could look my truck over, and I said, yeah, I'll surrender the truck if that's what it takes. And Shondell said, I can sell my convertible tomorrow, which she did. She got $10,000. We owe $9,958. So, done. We're just waiting for the money for that. Should have it by Wednesday. Thank God for family. Thank you. She phones us on Thursday and says, oh, no, your bill of sales are not that. You're on the hook for the balance of the truck's owing, which I kind of figured that I'd never heard of something where you can turn something in and they're on the hook for the loss. So now we're still stuck at $55,000. Too high of debt load to be able to rewrite our mortgage, to pay off all my business debt, and allow me to trudge forward, as we say. So, I don't know what to do. I've hidden in the office, haven't talked to the wife, haven't talked to the kids. I've slept more in the last 3 days than I have in the last 3 weeks. As long as it's dark, quiet, and cold. Gotta come up with something. Gotta figure it out. Anyways. It's nice and warm outside today. Gonna go do some yard work. Clean up my bench, the garage. Do something. Anyways, that's the way it is. Cat's completely passed out. Sorry. But they say it's healthy to do this. I'll post it. Maybe 2 of you will see it. Preview. I have a preview for you boys. Gotta make another video. Somebody wants me to do the vertical up here again with my back scratcher, painter's tape and rubber band, because he says you can see the cards better, which is true. But I wanted to make a video wearing my Rough Riders Championship t-shirt and a replica of a 1900s football helmet with the S that Chuck likes. Which would you prefer? Me looking like a watermelon? Or pictures from below? Don't know. I'll make the video tomorrow. Still not up to it today. I'm watching Nick Zametti. He turns wood. Look him up on YouTube. But if you follow me on Twitter, you know that I put all his stuff up there. He's the one that inspired me. And Terry, my one buddy, he's the one that's cataloging and pricing all the Sacramento hoard out in the garage. We've made a business deal. If and ever he's on the ground floor, he's in for a percentage. Anyways, we got talking the other day, and I was venting about the situation at the bank, and we were talking about my loft in my shop. When I built my shop, I got custom trusses built so that half the shop roof is vaulted. And I have a 13 or 16 maybe by 23 loft where there's a couch and a TV, stereo. My daughter's air hockey table's still there. Now the wife uses it as a Christmas wrapping table, but I did buy a ping pong table to go up there possibly. It's still leaning up in the garage, but no means to get it up there. I don't have the strength or the ability, and so on and so forth. But he asked me, he says, well, why would you build a loft in your shop? I said, you want the honest opinion? I said, it was always going to be my wood shop. It was supposed to be a place for me to build stuff. Then he says, you know what? You just answered a question. And I said, oh, what's that? He says, I know what your true passion is. I said, what do you mean? He says, you need to build your wood shop. He says, people don't plan a specific area of a specific building when they're building it for something specific. For shits and giggles. They do it for a reason. He says, you've proven to me that that's what you want. You've always wanted the wood shop. The cards and the memorabilia and all that comes with it, that came after. And you know, I always played with wood. That was one thing my dad always gave me scraps of wood and a hammer and nails. I was building toy cars. You know, Dad would make me round circles of plywood so I could have wheels. And yeah, 2x4 scraps, whatever, I'd always try to get a hold of them. So, you know, midlife crisis, 49, going through it. Financial crisis. Thank God me and the wife still get along. I don't know. It's unfair to her, my point. But I look at it. Anyways, we're almost at 20 minutes. I'll bug you for another minute and a half. And I might watch another Zametti video. I still have my mousse of coffee here. And then at the basement door, we got a whole winter's worth of bag garbage and stuff that needs to go to the dumpster. So I'll take care of all that before the snow starts melting. The snow starts melting. I've been plus here all week, but no puddles yet. The snow is shrinking though. So to those who watch this that understand me, know me, thanks for listening. For those who have stumbled across this, you know, there's thousands and thousands and thousands of us out there. Don't matter the country, don't matter the language, don't matter what you do. If you're self-employed, we're going through hell. Some have made it, but I don't know. I don't know how they're doing it. But as Gloria Gaynor says, I will survive. Peace.